I'm going to go through some of the road signs that you may encounter now as a driver. These are probably some of the more challenging road signs. Now, it's not that they're that difficult as such, but the answer to them very often is not immediately obvious or apparent. So let's get started. So let's start with some of these 8 blue signs down here at the bottom. Now, the first thing to notice is that they are coloured in blue. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're motorway signs. These are actually regulatory information signs. You'll often see them in urban areas like towns and cities. Now, that's not to say that you won't see them on motorways, but these are not specifically motorway signs. So firstly here, this one here. This means turn left up ahead. This means turn right up ahead. So it's instructing you to turn left or turn right further up the road. Not immediately, but further up. And that could be 30, 40, 50 metres. It depends on the road. These two here is turn left, turn right. So these would refer to turn left and turn right as in currently, or within the next, say, 5 to 10 to 15 metres. As always, it depends on the circumstances. There's no one size fits all. It just means these are more currently to turn left and turn right, and that's more up ahead in the next 50 to 70 metres. Okay, so that's the top line there. Now, these ones here then. So this is keep left or right. So this must mean that there's an island of some sort dividing the road up ahead, and because it's probably a one-way street, that means you can either keep to the left side or the right side. The option is yours depending on your intentions, where you plan on going. This is straight ahead, usually indicates a one-way street, so it's just saying carry on straight ahead, the road goes straight ahead. And this is basically the singular version of this. So this is telling you to keep right, and this is telling you to keep left. More than likely it's probably a two-way street, and it's just to make sure that you apply good road discipline, or should I say good lane discipline even, depending on the layout. So keep right, keep left. So once again, turn left up ahead, turn right up ahead, turn left, turn right, pass either side, as in keep left or right, straight ahead, probably a one-way street, keep right, keep left. Let's move on to these signs here. The top half would be information signs, and here, everything below here, where I'm pointing out, is motorway signs, which we'll get to in a minute. So let's start here. This is telling you that there's a slow lane starting up ahead in 200 metres. So in 200 metres ahead, there will be a slow lane. You can see by the arrows there, 2 lanes, and you should always drive in the left lane when the road splits open into 2, because the right lane is generally for overtaking or for faster traffic. So always start and stay in the left lane if the road opens up. So slow lane ahead, that's a cul-de-sac, so it's a dead end. If you see that sign, you're going into a dead end or a cul-de-sac. This one, a lot of learner drivers seem to think this is a bumpy surface. Unfortunately it's not. This is a sign for an industrial estate or a factory symbol. So if you see this sign maybe as part of other signs, like it might be added onto these signs here, for example, it means that you're coming up to an industrial estate. Here we have disabled parking, and this is the sign for an airport. Now, it's not low-flying aircraft. The yellow one with the black airplane would be low-flying aircraft. This is just telling you there's an airport ahead or nearby. This one is a parking symbol, but it's not just about parking. It could be a lay-by up ahead as well. So off a dual carriageway or something like that. It could be a lay-by for to stop, or a rest stop for trucks or vehicles, whatever. So that's parking or a lay-by, and that's the same thing in 100 metres ahead. The H here refers to hospital. Some people get confused. They seem to think it's a hotel, or some people even say helicopter, to helicopters, but no, it's slightly less salubrious than all that. A hospital in 100 metres up ahead. This is just an alternative route for high vehicles or high-sided vehicles, and the ferry symbol here for the ferry. Hospital again, and more parking, disabled parking this way. Here we have the SOS emergency telephone symbols. You'd often see those at various intervals on the motorway. Let's move down then to the motorway signs. So these are the information signs you'll see approaching a motorway. Now I have made some videos on motorways, which you'll see a link up on the top of the screen now, but I'll also leave links in the description as well, so you know, feel free to check out the more detailed video I have on motorway. So moving on here, this is you'll see these as you enter the motorway, and this is telling you the name of the motorway, so this happens to be the M7. Now these are countdown symbols, so 300 meters, 200 meters, 100 meters to the next exit off the motorway. 300 meters to the next exit, 200, 100. So that will be the next exit, or which will always be a left turn off a motorway, because you can only exit a motorway to the left. So they're the countdown symbols for the next exit. Down below then here we have the red strip through these three, and that means that the motorway ends in 1 kilometer, motorway ends in 500 meters, and the motorway has just ended. So motorway, if you see the sign here, motorway rules no longer apply. So for example, the speed limit is no longer 120 kilometers, it's down to 100 kilometers. So they would be some of the motorway signs that you would see. And let's finish off then with some bus and tram signs. Let's start here. This is telling you that there's a with flow bus lane ahead on the left. So because of the bus and bike is to the left of the white line, a with flow bus lane ahead on the left. Cyclists can also use the bus lane and taxis. But keep an eye out, because you'll have information signs very often underneath the bus lane signs, giving you more detail about the rules and regulations around that particular bus lane. This is a bus lane, a with flow bus lane that is on the right. Again, it can be used by cyclists, buses and taxis. This here then is a contraflow bus lane. Contraflow bus lane. Contra is short for contradiction. So the buses flow contrary to the normal flow of traffic. So let's say it's a one-way street and the regular cars are in the left lane going this way. It's if you see the sign, then you're going to have buses going contrary to the normal flow on that street, or on that one-way street, for example. It does depend on, you won't always see this on a one-way street. Sometimes you will. Other times it could be on different types of streets, like two-way streets. But this is a contraflow bus lane, so the buses have the right to go in the opposite flow that all the other traffic direction is heading. And usually cyclists and taxis are not allowed to use a contraflow bus lane. This is trams on the left up ahead, and this is trams on the right. So these are to warn you that there's trams. You can expect trams on the left or on the right there. Okay, so once again, with flow bus lane on the left, with flow bus lane on the right, contraflow bus lane, trams on the left, and trams on the right. So that's just about it for now. If you would like to learn more about the signs and the theory, then please check out these two videos coming up on screen now. I will also leave links in the description to this YouTube video as well. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.